So I can't believe I burned those
You
rolls.
ruined dinner.
I really did ruin dinner, and I
I
was
love
so
garlic
hungry.
knots.
I'm so sorry.
Mm.
Yeah. So welcome to the Rainy Cats and Dogs podcast. I am your host, Shannon.
And I'm Arianna.
The other host.
I'm just along for the ride.
What? Are you sleepy from that recess?
I am.
Recess and hot yoga makes it tired, Arianna?
It does.
Actually, I wish I was going to get myself a recess before we sat down, and I did not.
Well, too late now.
Yep, too late. It's time
Drink your water.
for pod. Actually, it's not just water. It's
Okay.
hydrogen water.
It's water.
No, it's hydrogen water, and those
Okay,
molecules are smaller
Wait.
than water to hydrate you better.
I don't understand the process. How do they add hydrogen?
You add the bubbles.
Doesn't that add oxygen?
No, it's adding hydrogen.
I don't know. I need to see the science behind it.
Well, you're drinking it, and you feel like you have more energy because of it.
I drank it, and I think it's the same as water.
It's not. It actually hydrates you better.
Okay. So.
There's science behind hydrogen water. Everyone should be drinking it. Eventually, when I redo the kitchen, I want to have a special faucet that has
That's expensive.
hydrogen water. Yes. So I'd like to try to budget that as part of my kitchen.
Okay.
To go under the sink and you drill a hole and then you have a special little faucet.
All right. I'll install it for you.
I don't know if I could trust you.
I can figure it out. It's probably on YouTube.
I would trust Alyssa. She's handy. I don't know.
Wow.
You are getting better at building things.
I've always been great at building things.
Always?
Always.
Okay. We had to have help with the chicken coop.
That's different. It needs 2 people.
It was 3 of us.
You weren't much help.
That's probably true. So how was your week? I feel like it's been like 2 weeks since we've been on here.
Yeah, so it was good. I had my competition. My group was not shortlisted, but a friend of mine won, so I was very happy about that.
Yay!
And then, actually, I don't know if we're going to do this now or later. I have my own Am I the Asshole story.
I want to hear that. What?
Well, you've heard it.
Oh.
Am I the asshole for getting so drunk that I threw up over someone's truck?
Ew, that's so gross. Well, at least it wasn't in the truck. I just hope because it was cold.
You're ruining my story.
Snowy. We said out of the truck. Didn't you?
Well, you're done. Fine. That's all I'm saying. We're not even telling the story.
Oh, no, you got to
ruining
tell the story.
You ruined it. No, I
Oh,
can't
my
tell
gosh.
the story.
Please
So I
tell the
can't
story.
tell you anything if I'm going to say it on here.
No, tell the story. I was just saying, could you imagine, like, if you puke outside of someone's vehicle, like, because it's cold and snowy, like, did your puke stick to their vehicle?
It might have frozen to the car door.
Ew.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going out to celebrate after the competition. And so about half of them, the group of us, half went to the one person's house, and they're going to do some things before we went to the bar. The other half of us didn't really feel like going there, so we're going to meet at the bar. So we get there and notice the liquor store that's right next to the bar, right? So my one friend, he was like, oh, let's go get a bottle, and we're going to drink it in your car. So the 4 of us go get a bottle of Pink Whitney, because they're like, what vodka do you want? I'm like, I can't really do shots, so just get whatever you guys are going to drink. And then the one guy was like, well, Pink Whitney is a white girl drink, so let's just grab that. She'll be able to drink that.
I still don't know what Pink Whitney is.
So we got a bottle of that. I don't know, it's very sugary and lemonade-y kind of.
Yeah.
It's a pink drink.
Like a Deep Eddies.
Kind of, yeah, in a way.
Okay.
So we brought that back to my car, and then, so all 4 of us have drank most of the bottle. And like while we're sitting in the car, it's like you don't really notice how much you're drinking,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone else gets there, so we go to get up and go in, and I realized how drunk I kind of am.
Mm-hmm.
So like I barely walk. And then my one friend who drank a lot too, and he also doesn't like regularly drink. We were helping each other get in to the bar and sit down because we were both very unsteady. And we sit down, and I already am looking at the menu, and I was like, I can't read. Like, I couldn't focus on the words.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, can you guys just order for me, and I'll just take a little bit from what you guys get. And so we did. They ordered, like we're just going to split the wings. So it was a 75-cent wing night.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that. We got water. They got a pitcher of beer. And I usually I hate beer, right? Just like normal beer. I don't
Right.
like. I like ciders and that kind of thing. And I take a sip. I'm like, oh my gosh, this tastes like water.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, yeah, keep drinking. I didn't really finish even the cup they poured me. At least I don't think so. But we're hanging around, we're talking. And then at some point, like my memory's a little fuzzy. So at some point, I was like, oh, I think I need to go to the bathroom. And I must have looked sick or something because my one friend was like, was anyone good at holding hair? And this girl, she's so sweet. I've only had like a couple classes with her. Like I knew her, but we weren't like friends. I was like, it's okay, I'll go with her. So we're in the bathroom. I'm just kneeling in front of the toilet, not feeling well. She's like, you're going to feel better if you just throw up. She's like, so I can do it for you if you can't do it yourself. She's like, I've done it for friends before. She's like, I already washed my hands if you need me. And I think I tried to make myself throw up, but I just couldn't do it. So I'm pretty sure I might have kind of blacked out for my own trauma. She stuck her fingers down my throat to make me throw up. So I was in there, and then there's like bits and pieces I remember. I think there's like, I had like tears streaming down my face. I was like, I don't think I'm making it home tonight. She's okay, don't worry, you'll get home it somehow. She had like a wet cloth. She's like, I'm gonna wipe off your face now. I was like, you're so nice.
That's so
like,
nice.
I'm so sorry, you're so nice. She's like, no, you're so nice. And I'm thinking, no, I would not do this for someone. I don't not someone I don't really know.
I know, that's a lot.
So then we go back to the table, whatever, we're talking. I think I ate like 2 wings the entire time. I definitely snacked on some fries because there's like fries for the table, but I was dropping the wings. Like I couldn't like hold anything.
Oh my gosh.
So then another point, someone mentioned something about outside. I was like, oh, fresh air sounds nice. I want to go outside. So me and my one friend went outside. We were just sitting out there like talking. We come back in. And then the one guy that was in the car that also wasn't doing as well as me is gone, as well as another guy. And turns out this guy, so I remember him, just his head was on the table almost the whole time we were there, just leaning and like all like laying on the table. Turns out he threw up all over the table and onto the ground.
Gross.
So then so the one guy took him home, and then another person was cleaning up like the mess on the floor. So then after that, everyone kind of left.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I missed it because I think that would have made me throw up seeing someone else throw up.
I'm sure. But didn't you also throw up outside?
I threw up in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant when you got fresh air.
No, we just stood talking and threw up at that point. So that I was amazed by this door. So we were in like almost a semi-private room, and I was like, it's like a portal because the door just went out to
a portal.
It went out to where our cars were, and it just like, it really confused me. And that's why I was like, how does it open to right where our cars are?
Oh my gosh.
And then Ken, so he was offering me, he's like, you will just crash on my couch. I'll take you to your car in the morning. Like, I don't have any plans. I said, go, great, thanks. So I get up in his truck, and I'm like, I don't feel so good. So I rolled down the window, and it's not like I even made any effort to like push my head out the window. I basically just leaned over and threw up.
Oh, Ari.
down the door. Yeah. And then we got back to his place. And I was like, where's your bathroom? And then I threw up there.
Wow.
And then he was nice. He held my hair. I was like, I'm so sorry.
The thing is, when you're drunk, you're not embarrassed. So how embarrassing.
I know. And then, like, he got me water and a blanket. Then I went to bed. Then I couldn't sleep well because his roommate was, like, playing TV the entire night. Something was playing on his TV. So I kept waking up. So then around, like, I think it was, like, 7, 8, he was up. So I was like, can you just take me to my car? I want to go die in my own bed. And then, so yeah. But then on the way to my car, he kept talking to me, and I was just breathing because I still felt sick. I was like, just need to concentrate on breathing so I don't throw up again.
Yeah.
I almost threw up again. So am I the asshole for getting so drunk people had to take care of me?
Maybe. At least you drank somewhat responsibly. You at least were safe, and you didn't drive. I'll give you credit for that. Yep. The rest of it, maybe. But you're young. So if you're 20s or 4, figuring all that stuff out.
I guess so.
Yeah.
At least I'm a nice drunk.
You are. You're a fun drunk. I've seen when she has like 2 glasses of wine or whatever. You're very giggly and fun and cute.
So I'm sure I was still the life of the party.
I'm sure you were. Unless you're feeling sick and therefore you're not speaking any longer.
Yeah, that was the next day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So how was your week?
My week was good. So I went to this holiday thing. It was a single mingle on last Thursday, and it was, well, kind of like what you would expect. I mean, it was nice. It was at a really nice place, and they had really good food, and because they had like free pizza and wings, and you had a cash bar. So I just bought myself a drink. So when you first walk in, they gave you an ornament and obviously your name tag. And like, oh, that's cool. And then they're like, oh, eventually we'll be making gingerbread houses and they're going to partner you up. So I'm like, okay, great. And the person that was running it was awesome. So, we did this, and am I the asshole for being a little bit mean to one of the single mingle people?
Absolutely. Wait, quick question before I forget. Did you get to keep this ornament?
No, I had to return this ornament.
Was it a cute ornament?
It was just a little red one with a sticker. So on these ornaments was a sticker with the snowflake. They said everyone needs to have one and hang on to it. So all right, there's wonderful women there, and when I first got there, I was talking to this guy. And again, I believe there's someone for everyone. I just wasn't vibing.
Just your someone wasn't there.
My someone was not there. So whatever. Like, I'll just have fun. So, we were paired off. And then there's 5 of us at a table making gingerbread houses. And a really nice girl was there. And then it was 3 guys. And then the guy that was my partner, who was super nice, he was not the person that I was an asshole to. Then another guy that would be perfect for you. He was like this engineer. He was young, good looking. Because this single mingle is from people from the 30s until 50. He was like 30.
Photo, like, so what do you think about my daughter?
Yeah, so I'll start carrying a photo around you like a model. Like, here's your headshot.
Well, you have phones. Phones can easily pull this up.
Oh, yeah. All
I don't need a business card with my photo on it. Right, you pull out a framed photo.
That'd be hilarious. I have a big bag of framed photos. So anyway, we did the gingerbread house, and that guy that I was talking to in the beginning, not vibing with, was also at the table. So we were talking a lot with him as well. And then at the end of the gingerbread making, the competition was, oh, hey, you can put your name in for a drawing. You need to match with the person that has the same sticker as you on the ornament. So, I'm walking around looking, and people are coming up to me. We're like trying to match ornaments. And the guy that was at my table that also spoke to already when I first got there was like, hey, we have the same ornament, so you need to talk to me. And it was a little weird. The way he said you need to talk to me was a little weird too.
You need to talk to me.
Like, those are the rules. You got to talk to me. So I'm like, and I said, I was like, oh, we've talked so much already. We don't really need to.
Okay, did you say it in that tone though? You're like, we've talked so much already. We don't need to. How did it actually come out?
Probably in between the perkiness that I just had with your little bit of like judging voice. So I was like, oh, we really don't need to. And he's like, well, I want to ask you anyway. So what is your favorite Christmas movie? And I was like, okay. I don't know if I really have one, and I still don't have an answer to that question.
I have an answer to that question.
Because I watch so many holiday movies, and I just love it all, that I don't know if I have a favorite. Like, I have my classics that I rewatch, and I said, maybe Elf. I really don't think Elf is my favorite. And he's like, I like the classics too, and Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Okay, first of all, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie because just because it has a Christmas tree in it does not make it a holiday movie.
Die Hard.
They're good. So he was kind of offended because he was like, oh, because I said that to him like jokingly. That I know I said jokingly, like, oh, that doesn't count. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. He literally just turned and walked away in disgust.
He's looking for someone's like, oh my gosh, yes, Die Hard. That's my favorite Christmas movie.
Maybe. He was also like, when I first got there complaining about, he was like, apparently he works from home. He's like, oh, I hate working from home. And I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
That's my dream.
And this other girl was like, oh my God, I love it too. And this other girl's like, I'm hybrid and I love it. I'm like, yeah, me too. So like, I don't know. I just think he wasn't vibing with anyone. So I would attempt to do it again. Oh, so was I an asshole the way I spoke with him? And I should not have said, I think we've talked enough already, so much already.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, probably wasn't nice.
No, because I mean, at that point, everyone was talking with their pairs. So even if you're both were like, oh, we talked enough, there's probably no one else for you to talk to. So you could have just made a little conversation.
Well, that's when I went to get a slice of pizza.
Okay. You could have said, oh, do you want to go get some food because I'm hungry?
Yeah. Oh, like have him come with me. Yeah. I'm sorry. His vibe just was not my vibe.
I guess it's better to tell him right away, though. I guess.
Yeah, like sometimes you just get that feeling, uneasy feeling. It just, it just
that
wasn't my vibe.
When you think they might murder people.
Well, I don't want to say that. I'm trying to be nice.
So in your free time, do you make traps for people and make them kill? Like,
start doing the questions, live or die, saw questions. What would you do?
So if you were trapped in a room with a thick contraption on your head that would make your jaw pop open and kill you, would you cut someone open to get the key?
Oh, yes.
You should start asking these questions. Well, for people you don't like, just ask like weird ones.
No. Oh, I guess they'd probably stay away. But what if they said yes and they're following me home? It'd be so scary.
If your mouth was sewn shut and you could see the key to your collar on the back of someone's neck, would you kill them if they were attacking you, but they couldn't see you and they didn't understand what was going on? And you couldn't communicate?
Yeah, she's talking about Saw, everyone, so she's not thinking of these thoughts on her own, but it's a little much now.
No, would you cut off your...
Okay, that's enough now. So... Anyway, I would go again, but after speaking to some of the people that were there, men and women, a lot of them have gone like 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, if it's the same people, I'm not going to keep going. So the next one, she said, is on Valentine's Day.
That sounds sad.
If it's around Valentine's Day, I'll go. If it's actually on Valentine's Day, I am out. Like, I'm already, like, I'm fine being home, but
that makes it seem sad.
Yeah, then I used to feel like this big loser trying to hook up with people. Not hook up, connect with people.
I think anyone going there on Valentine's Day does want to hook.
Yeah, I don't. At least not the choices that I had there. So, yeah, no, I'll give it a chance. But if it continues to be like the same round of people, then probably not. Though I did have an interesting conversation. This guy was really nice, around my age, but he was really into being Polish. Like, and that's fine, but he was way into it more than I am. Like, I'm a little Polish, but like, so he had a Polish hat on, and then he asked if I had drank Polish beer and if I ate at this Polish restaurant. It was just too much.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then him and this other guy go, no, this is the best beer. Then he's like, do you go to the Polish parade? Do you go? And I'm like, no.
He's like, can I see your blood test?
Oh, he's like, you are not Polish enough. Yeah. So yeah, no, we weren't vibing. I mean, he was super nice. I talked to him again, but yeah. No, I wasn't vibing with anyone. No. So I do have to say, so I have this guilty secret, like, obsession.
What?
Your dog is just looking, smiling at us.
We're wondering what?
He's so cute. Sorry, I just coughed. I've been obsessed with this. It was a radio show, but they also have snippets on like the pod. Is Second Date by Brooke and Jeff, and it's all about like people trying to get second dates and what they did wrong on the first dates, and it's hilarious. It just makes me laugh. And I do want to make an apology. So I've been pretty biased on women, about dating and how hard it is for women, and it's hard for men too. Women are crazy, some of them out there. Like, I do have to say, it's equally...
I think it's equally difficult.
Equally difficult.
And as you get older, the worse it gets.
Yes, and your pool starts shrinking more and more. Yeah. So right now, your pool is vast, and mine is very narrow.
It's already shrinking. People my age are getting married.
That's true. So it is starting to shrink for you. And then... anything else going on with me? Not much. So let me go to my news.
We got a real tree.
Yes!
The cats have been a pain. We still don't have any decorations on it, but
we did get yeah, well, I need someone to carry them up. I can't. I was going to do it, but I don't even know where they are. You didn't put things back when we decorated the house.
Okay, so. You can't complain on how I decorate.
I'm not complaining because you are the one that has been hauling all the decorations out. So beggars cannot be choosers, right?
Exactly.
So I found this interesting. So my news is kind of boring, so nothing fun. But I just want to say, so in Japan, this was on Unbelievable Facts on Facebook. In Japan, divers age 70 and above are encouraged to display a mark. It's called the Korisha mark. I'm sure I mispronounced it. But basically to let motorists know that people are over 70.
Interesting.
So they're more patient and give them more space.
I would still be annoyed.
And then, did you know that, so I don't know how much you follow social media, but apparently Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter went to a debutante ball. It's basically for the elite, privileged people. And apparently, like, Gwyneth Paltrow came out saying, my daughter's not mean. She's just fun. So apparently what happened is I read this article on Facebook. I don't even know what news source it was. So basically they were just saying that like photographers had to ask her to step away because people were trying to get their photos and she kept popping into photos and laughing and trying to be like the center of attention. And I could think two things can be true at the same time. Like I could think if you're friends with that person, you'd find that funny.
Yeah.
But also it's also everyone's time to shine. So you do need to kind of back off and give people space.
Yeah,
so,
like it's doing with everyone, that's kind of annoying, but like a couple of times.
It's fine. And, she's, under a spotlight because of who her mom is. So, like, I'm like, well, you know what? She could have been a little bit, like, attention seeking. Like, maybe that's part of her personality. But she also could have just been fun. And it really, people are just looking at her too, harshly because she's a privileged child, right? So I'm like, I don't know. But some people there, I guess, were annoyed because the photographer had to keep asking them to move because the point was to get everyone's photo with their date. Yeah, so she was kind of like intruding and ruining that. So, yeah. And, I want to circle back to when I was talking about my single mingle. You had said, I said, I don't have a favorite Christmas movie. Okay. You said you did. So, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Last Christmas.
Is it? I thought you were going to say Silver Bells was your favorite Christmas movie. Maybe both are tied. They both give you something
tied.
different.
Silver Bells, which is a Hallmark movie, old one. That's when they used to be good. 2005 is
when she was a toddler.
The peak Hallmark movies. Silver Bells, I love that one. Then I also love this one movie, Last Christmas.
I love, for me, that's really good. Actually, I also love like the movie Love Hard when she's like just surprises the guy and shows up and she's catfished.
That one's on Netflix for this one, right?
And then they redo the song "Baby It's Cold Outside" so it's more appropriate. It's really funny. It's very cute.
That's a good one. That's definitely not my top. It's either Last Christmas or Silver Bells.
So I was editing photos yesterday and I said, November Christmas, don't put that on the Hallmark app because that makes me cry. And what does she do? Puts it on as editing photos.
If it makes you cry, that means it's a good movie. It can convey lots of emotion.
Well, it's very deep.
It's not even that sad. No one dies.
Okay, they thought she could die. She was a child.
But she didn't.
Oh. Why are you disappointed? This poor child.
I might have cried if she did.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But it did not make me cry.
It was about a child who had cancer and
she's fine now.
She's fine.
And it's a fake movie.
Okay. And then they sped up like all the holidays so they weren't sure she'd make it to Christmas. So they sped up like Halloween.
It's a beautiful movie.
It really was. I don't know about you. So anyway, yeah, Arianna doesn't cry and watch movies, so you really have to get her.
One that always makes me cry is Hachi.
Well, who doesn't cry at Hachi?
So
same with Balto, I do not, but the real movie of Balto,
was it Togo?
Togo, that one made me cry.
That made you cry?
I think so. I cry really easy at movies. I cry really easy at life, so I cry pretty easy. What? You go first.
I was just thinking another movie that made me cry a lot was The Wild Robot.
Oh my gosh, I cried too for Wild Robot. It was so good.
Multiple points during the movie the first time I watched it.
What is that on? Do we have to rent it?
Yeah, we had to rent it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was such a good movie. Highly recommend. And I just I didn't write it in my notes tab. That's how I know what I'm going to talk about on the pod. But oh my gosh. I am so socially awkward with people that I went to high school with that I kind of know but don't know, haven't talked to them in years. So someone I went to high school with started a bee farm and they are selling honey. And I said I was interested and she said, I can just drop it off to you. And I said, thank you. So I forgot she was coming. I'm like, who's in my driveway? Who's at my door? So I forgot. So my little dog Jasper's out there. And he barks a lot. He's got the high pitch bark. So we're out in the breezeway where my house connects to my garage. So I open the door. The dog's running out. She's saying hi. I grabbed the bag because she also gave candles in there. So it was really nice that she made from the beeswax. And I'm I didn't know what to say. Oh, thank you so much. And trying to get the dog in and the dog's running around her feet.
Oh,
and I don't know. I'm so awkward with people. I don't I'm fine with strangers. I'm fine at work. And I'm sure I have some awkwardness, but I'm pretty much fine. But it's the people that I kind of know that I'm really awkward with. So, yeah, it was just one of those awkward moments. So, if you're listening, Karen, and she's a nice Karen, I'm really sorry. I wanted to say thank you. I think I did say thank you so much and then just bye. Like, it was just all about getting the dog in the house. And then it was just an awkward moment because you kind of looked at me like, I think you wanted to say more too, but it was awkward. So sorry.
Maybe you're just reading too much into it. Maybe she really just wanted to leave. Like, oh my gosh, this woman's dog's annoying. Get this thing away from me, little rat.
But I'm also an overthinker, so there probably is nothing to do with it. Like, I overthink everything, so it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, gosh.
So let's get into it.
All right. Starting off, we're going to go to r/Am I the Asshole by Raspberries. Am I the asshole for screaming shut up at my husband?
I'm going to say no. He might have deserved it. A little. You could have done it differently, but no.
All right. And he was on the phone with his mother on speaker, so she 100% heard it.
Oh, okay, then yes. Yep, I changed my answer.
I'm pretty sure I'm the asshole, but let's dig into it. I am currently enrolled in an online college and was working on a very elaborate and difficult assignment. I expressed to him many times that it was very stressful and I needed to put all of my attention and focus on my assignment, and to please not speak to me until I finish it or I will lose focus. Despite this, he kept trying to talk to me. I responded with things like, I really need to focus on this right now. Please don't interrupt me, etc. Very calmly.
Okay.
Finally, about an hour in, I'm on the cusp of completing the assignment. I'm on final calculations. Everything has led up to this. Here he comes for the 30th time to say something, and he angrily says, when are you going to come eat? Me, I'm almost done. Please don't interrupt my train of thought. Him, your food is getting cold. Me, I'm almost done. Please don't interrupt my train of thought. Him, well, when are you going? Me, shut up. I honestly didn't even mean to say that. I meant to repeat, I'm almost done. Please don't interrupt my train of thought a third time, but instead, shut up came flying out of my open mouth. I was surprised that I said it, and I felt badly, but then felt embarrassed remembering his mom was on the phone with him. I feel like the asshole for obvious reasons, but I also feel like that I was at an extremely high stress level doing the assignment. Explained beforehand that I needed to focus on it, and then throughout the entire hour, kept calmly asking him to not interrupt me. So I feel partly bad, and I feel he's partly the asshole, and my response is somewhat justified. He did, in fact, shut up after that, lol.
Well, I'm assuming you probably don't harshly speak to your husband normally like that. I think, yes, you're the asshole. He could have respected your boundaries. You're trying to do work. It's serious, and he needed to realize to not keep bothering you. And because he did, I mean, how about everyone sucks? Like, he kind of sucks for bothering you. You kind of suck for telling your husband to shut up. And then how embarrassing that your mother-in-law heard that.
Hopefully she was like, yeah, shut up.
Honestly, I wouldn't have said that because I don't use those words. But growing up, remember, I always be like, no, you say, be quiet, please.
We couldn't even say that sucks.
No, you couldn't say that sucks. You had to say that stinks. Those were bad words in my house when you guys were growing up.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think she's the asshole. She said it multiple times. Please do not interrupt me.
Yeah, I probably would have yelled, like, can you please be quiet? I'm studying.
Yeah. Would have been a little better than shut up, I guess.
Yeah, she could have made a different choice, but I guess she was at a breaking point. She's just trying to focus and study and, like, get her tasks done.
I think that's the thing with, like, online school and, like, doing an assignments and stuff, like, in the house. Like, some people just don't realize you're, like, actually working on things.
Why are you staring at me when you said that? Hey, I did school from home, too, you know, especially during 2020.
Yes, I know. Anyways, top comment, not the asshole. You had repeatedly told him that you did not want to be interrupted. You told him why. He did not respect your need for privacy. And at a crucial moment, he not only interrupts again, he keeps going after you, repeatedly ask him not to bother you. I think shut up was entirely reasonable given the circumstances. He wasn't listening to you when he asked nicely, so you needed to very firmly tell him to go away. The core of the problem is his constant disrespect of your need for privacy and to not be interrupted. He owes you an apology at minimum.
I agreed with most of that top comment, except, yes, he owes her an apology, but she also owes him an apology, and possibly his mother.
We just not need to apologize to his mother. She didn't yell at her to shut up.
But if she heard that, like, she could apologize for, I'm so sorry you heard me yell at your son.
No. So sorry, your son's annoying.
Or that. Some sort of sorry. It could go either way, however.
Yeah. All right, you ready to move on? So your vote is everyone sucks?
Everyone sucks.
All right, I'll agree with that one. I guess we want to stay on the theme of husbands in school.
Sure.
This is also from Am I the Asshole, posted by Downtown-Western 3002. Am I the asshole for shouting at my husband when he came into the room during a timed test?
No, you're not the asshole. Get out. I'm taking a timed test.
Some of those are very serious, like where if they see anyone else like on the camera, they fail you.
Yes, they're very, I took tests online and some of them are very strict.
Yeah.
I would freak out. Like I actually said, no one can come in, no animals can come in. I'm not coming to the door because I'd lock myself in my office.
Mm-hmm. All right. About 3 months ago, I was laid off from my job in the tech industry. It was unexpected and a big hit for me mentally, as I enjoy working and feeling like I'm good at my job and contributing. I've been working through a resulting identity crisis with my therapist, but I absolutely hate being at home and not having a routine. So I've been applying far and wide. I've had a couple interviews, but none have led to an offer yet. Last week, I was invited to complete a timed written test for a company that I would love to work for. They informed me in advance that the time test would last an hour and told me the date and the time when they would send it to me. I'm someone who gets extremely nervous during interviews in these things, so I spent a lot of time preparing, but also told my husband that I would need to be not disturbed during the test at all. I asked him to please not walk into the room during the test at all and not to bother me in any way, because I knew how stressed I get and how I need maximum focus, and reassured me that he understood. Fast forward to the test yesterday. I was taking it in our second bedroom/office with the door closed. With about 15 minutes to go, the nerves and stress started to set in, and I was a little frantic trying to finish the task and leave myself time to proofread. That's when my husband walked into the room saying, "Sorry, ignore me, ignore me." Right away I said, "Please get out." And he said, "Ignore me, I just need to grab something quickly," and started digging through the drawer of the desk I was sitting at. That's when I lost my temper and yelled, "I can't ignore you. I need you to not be standing over me right now. Just get the fuck out." He left and made a point to slam the door. Afterwards, I came out to apologize to him and explain that I was just really stressed, that I'd asked him repeatedly to stay out of the second bedroom for 1 hour. He said he doesn't understand why it's such a big deal, and that I massively overreacted by snapping and hurting his feelings. It's been over 24 hours, and he's still mad at me. Am I the asshole?
Not at all. And he's a big baby. So, I have the opposite reaction to this one. She made it clear he understood. He knows how she gets. She's locked away. Leave her alone.
Yeah. And also, 15 minutes left. You can't wait 50. What was in the desk that he needed so badly?
Right. Like, he needed something right away. Too bad. You want to leave? You have to wait 15 more minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Too bad. Come on. What is the top comment? This guy's annoying me.
Top comment was, "Why did you apologize at all? How are you not recognizing that he tried to sabotage you at the draw you were sitting at? Is he supportive of your career? Do you make more money than him? Have you had disagreements on whether you should be taking on more domestic duties? Have you had conversations about children? He knew exactly what he was doing, and frankly, you underreacted. Why is his feelings hurt in the whole thing when he was the one who fucked up?" And then there's some edits in the comment.
Ooh, okay.
Well, not from the OP.
Oh.
It seems like some people don't really understand why OP's behavior amounts to sabotage, as opposed to someone being inconsiderate. Being inconsiderate implies the person is unaware of what the impact your behavior has on someone else. When that person has asked you not to do X for sole purpose of avoiding certain harm, and you do X anyways, you don't get to play the "oh, I'm just stupid" card. You don't get plausible deniability when you are expressed totally to certain harm would result from a specific action.
I like that.
And so I was like, also, it was so important that you couldn't wait another 15 minutes until the test was over.
That's what you said.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then someone else was like, "I think there are two options. The interruption was, as you say, malicious, or he has zero respect for his partner and wants to womanicate." Oop. Edit. Communicate. I'm tired of making typos. I was confused.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Someone else was like, "I see that it's a typo, but at first I thought womanicate was some sort of synonym for mansplain."
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But yeah, I didn't even think about that. What if he doesn't want her to go back to work?
Right. I didn't think of like vindictiveness to it, or even maybe subconsciously he just doesn't want that.
Oh,
but
some more information from OP.
Okay.
He hasn't been working in the past year. He trades crypto and he did make a lot of money off of it this year, but I'm the one who had a more stable income until I was laid off. And then it was like someone else responded to that saying, oh yeah, then he was 100% trying to sabotage you.
Yeah, I mean, it would make me start wondering, is he starting to sabotage you? He doesn't want her to be more successful than him, which is always such a weird thing, weird dynamic when people think that way or feel that way.
Yeah. So what do you think? Not the asshole still?
Not the asshole. I stand by that.
I stand by that as well.
What else you got coming for us?
All right, now this one's going to be a longer one. It was posted on relationship advice by independent_hold_554. I, 30 female, am thinking of leaving my relationship with my fiance, 30 male, because life is becoming a nightmare. What would you do?
Okay.
Throwaway account for multiple reasons. Also, bear with me if the grammar or line of events is off or something. I'm exhausted and don't have a lot of energy left to fight or think for that matter. Earlier this year, my long-term partner and I got engaged. He has 2 boys from his previous relationship, 7 and 9, and their mother is 29. They've been an absolute nightmare from the beginning. At first, it wasn't that big of a deal, and I've tried hard to be nice and friendly with her, but she spat on that pretty much from the beginning. So I let it go and just ignored her. I've never tried to butt in on any disagreements between fiancé and his ex, and I've never talked down about her in front of the boys. I've also never tried to make them call me mom or make it seem like I was replacing their mom in any way. I've always tried to be warm to them, make them feel like our home was their home too. 2 years ago, my partner and I had a baby together, and it seems like things with his ex and the boys have escalated, and it's been gradually becoming more and more awful. Before, the boys acted like normal little boys. They'd act up, but they listened and seemed to respect me. We all got along, we played together, and nothing seemed weird or bad. But after our daughter was born, they did a complete 180 and started becoming little terrors. They would come over and break things, steal things, destroy the walls and the floors, and they would even shit on the floors.
Oh my, okay.
I knew sometimes after new babies introduced, kids can act out, but this seems a little much. We tried talking to them to see what was up, and they told us, Mom said we could do whatever we wanted when we came over, and we didn't have to listen to you, me, 30 female, because you're not our mom.
Ooh.
Fiancé talked to their mom about it, and she denied it. At one point last year, the 9-year-old boy was grounded for the night from his game and decided he was going to get up in the middle of the night, drag the 7-year-old boy out with him, and tried to hike back to his mom's house because we don't get grounded there. The 9-year-old boy has been to therapy, and the therapist suggested a few things, but neither the mom or fiancé has done any of it. Yes, I see the red flag was in parentheses after that.
I was like, wait, he didn't do any of it either? Okay.
Over time, the behavior got worse to a point where animals were being harmed and killed by the eldest.
Killed? What? He's going to be a serial killer. Oh my, okay.
He has even gotten to make comments recently saying that he hated my daughter and wished she was dead.
Wow.
He told me in the past that he wishes I was dead. I'm terrified of him. Fiancé knows I'm terrified of him, and I've told him what the 9-year-old boy has said about our daughter and me, but I'm not certain anything has been done about it. Parentheses, another red flag.
Leave, honey. Leave, and take your daughter with you.
Recently, I've been laid off, so money is tight. Fiancé and his ex have 50-50 custody over the boys, and the boys' mom likes to drop them off at our house unannounced on her days with them and expects me to watch them so she can do whatever she wants. She works 1 day a week as a server, which is a step up from what she'd been doing before, not working living off her parents. But nonetheless, work is an excuse for her to drop them off like that and to disappear for hours. I'm actively trying to find a full-time work again, and they've been dropped in the middle of video interviews. Spoiler, I didn't get those jobs. When I asked for feedback, they told me my home life seemed too inconsistent for the role. I've asked her to give me a heads up because I have interviews scheduled and I have meetings at the State of Employment's office that I have to go to, but she continues to do what she wants. Fiancé knows about this and has talked to her, and nothing has changed. A few days ago, Fiancé gets a notice in the mail that his child support is being raised to $900 a month. That agreement already worked out, but everyone seemed fine with, but apparently she requested a raise a few weeks ago, and now he's looking at $900 a month. We're barely getting by, and even when I had my job, we weren't thriving by any means, especially since all the inflation. If he has to pay $900 a month, we'll lose our house. When he asked her about it, she said, it's not my problem. You, her, and the baby can go homeless for all I care. I'm about the boys. I don't need the money. her partner's name, makes more than enough for us, but I could use that money to pay for their horses and dirt bikes. I'm aware that it's his duty to financially support his 2 boys. That was never an issue for me. I come from a divorced family, I get it. But the text she sent just felt downright selfish and cruel. I come from poverty. I worked my way through school, got a degree, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. This is the fact that we were able to buy a home and were able to afford food and clothes was so huge for me. Now I feel like all that is being threatened by the boy's mom. She has made my life so stressful and hellish, it feels like she is threatening my daughter's quality of life now too. I don't think she'll stop, and I'm starting to wonder if my daughter would have a better chance at a good life if I break off the engagement and just leave. I'm also scared of the 9-year-old boy. He's violent and has repeatedly been suspended from school for being violent to other kids.
My gosh.
Then that comment about wishing my daughter was dead, I feel like I have enough evidence that if I did leave that I could have a court order to keep him away from my daughter. I'm so tired. I don't want to break up my family and do this, but I don't know if there's anything else I can do at this point. Fiancé hasn't been doing what the 9-year-old boy's therapist has suggested. He's been ignoring all these red flags with the boy, and I'm stuck watching them most of the time when I need to be doing job hunting stuff, and this whole situation has left me feeling used, ignored, scared, and defeated. I know that his ex being in our lives is only temporary, and that once the boys are both 18, we no longer have to have contact with her, but that's almost 10 years away. I can't imagine putting up with this for myself or my little one for 10 more years. I think I know what I need to do, but for some reason I need validation from internet strangers. I'm not the asshole, and I'm justified in leaving. Right now I'm thinking is if I get a job, save up some money, and get an apartment for me and my daughter, and walk away. What would you guys do? Is there any reason to stay or to try and make anything work?
I would try to get a job and get out. It's not safe for your daughter. And you know what? And she needs to put up strict boundaries with the ex-wife. Sorry, it's not your day, and I have plans. I cannot watch these kids. And her fiance needs to back her up with that. Like, if I'm not here, you can't just drop these kids off if it's not our day. We're not planning on them to be here. Don't drop them off. And I hate to be that way, but clearly they're interrupting like interviews. It's not like a good co-parenting, unfortunately, like connection. So I think right now there needs to be hard boundaries. They can only come on their days. And then her fiance, what is he not doing that the therapist suggests? I really would like a little bit more on the info on that. I mean, does he need more one-on-one time with the dad? If he's killing animals, I'd get the heck out of there with my daughter. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't mess around with that.
No.
Like, I feel bad for the kid. He's obviously suffering, and there's been some trauma done to him probably. He needs a lot of therapy, and his parents need to be supporting him. His mom seems terrible.
Yeah, telling them they don't have to listen to her, and then they're like shitting on the floor.
Yeah,
like
if someone's pooping on my floor, they need to get out. Like, yeah. Unless it's like a toddler. Like, no, he's 9.
Yeah, so there is an edit to add, since people seem to think I'm allowed this kid to kill animals. No, I did not allow him or watch him do it. At one point, he had a cat cornered in our garage, and both Dad and me did something about it. It wasn't until after he said something to their mom that we found out the 9-year-old boy had been killing animals in her neighborhood.
Oh my God, that's what serial killers do.
Yeah, well,
he's gonna be a future serial killer.
Your top comment: your stepson is showing classic sociopathic tendencies. Your fiance is playing a passive doormat, and his ex is actively trying to destroy your life. There's no making it work here. This isn't about breaking up a family. It's about protecting your daughter from a potential lethal situation. Document everything the 9-year-old boy has done. You need it for the restraining order. Your fiance has shown you exactly who he is, a weak parent who'd rather ignore his son's dangerous behavior than deal with it. He's choosing peace with his ex over your daughter's safety. The fact that you're even questioning whether to stay shows how normalized this chaos has become. Your only priority right now should be protecting your daughter and getting out safely.
Get out safely and then move to a different town, because, like, this kid's going to grow up and come find you and kill you and your daughter or something.
Oh, gosh.
Like, I need to move states.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
It's not easy to do. The thing is, like, it's so easy to say, oh, protect your daughter and get out. But when you don't have the financial means, it's so hard to get out. But she needs to get out as soon as she can.
So there is an update.
Okay.
I walked out, packed up some things for us, and walked the hell out. Ex-fiance called and asked what we were up to when we were at home when he got home from work, and I told him what we were up to. I told him I don't feel safe in our own home, that I couldn't trust having our daughter around his little monster of a son, and that I was done and couldn't live like that anymore. His sister, who's completely normal and absolutely shocked what we were dealing with, is giving us her office/spare room so we can at least have that. She's pissed at me for not saying something sooner, but I can't blame her. I'm pissed at myself. But hey, step 1 is done, right?
Congratulations. That was his sister that's letting her stay there.
Yes.
So good for his sister. She needs support. She needs help, and she needs to get the heck out of there. She needs a restraining order on that kid, because I would not want him around my daughter at all. But I also wouldn't trust my ex to have my daughter when his son's around.
Yeah. There's a couple comments from OP, mostly clarifying things, like she didn't know that, the son was killing the animals.
Yeah.
Till recently. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, that's scary. And you know what? The mother probably just doesn't want to deal with them.
Yep. Probably.
So wait, so she doesn't have them all the time, but yet she's raising child support? That doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, 50-50.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
You're still generally the person that needs help. You pay the child support, but then she raised it. So that's what doesn't make sense to me. Like, she's dropping them off more, so it's more like, let's say, 60-40.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's getting more money. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Comment saying that from OP that his sister made it clear that him or the boys aren't allowed over there for the time being.
Good.
And then another comment saying how she often thought about how much it would be if it was just me and my daughter. Sometimes it's nice to have him there because he's really good with her and she loves her dad to death. But at this point, no. He's recently started working night shifts, and just having the house to me and her is bliss.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
She's got to protect her peace, protect her daughter's safety, and her safety. Oof. That was kind of heavy.
It was. Do you want to go with the lighter one?
You're laughing. Well, yes. What's the lighter one?
Also from Relationship Advice.
Okay.
By Throw R-A-G-R-I-O-K.
Sure.
25 male. My 21 female girlfriend is cheating on me with an AI.
What? With AI?
With AI.
How? She's not cheating.
So I've been dating my girlfriend for about 1.5 years, and we've known each other for a year before. Pretty much every night we've been calling to talk about our days and say goodnight and whatever else. However, these past couple weeks, most days she told me she couldn't call because she's too tired. We spent the night together last week, and I saw some weird AI chatbot on her phone. I didn't ask her about it because I didn't know what it was. I only had a quick glance while she was scrolling through her phone. When I went home, I downloaded it and tried it out. There are a ton of different personas of different kinds of kinks and fantasies. And they aren't cheesy either. Feels like you're actually having a conversation with someone, and they get dirty fast. Even the ones you think would be normal, after a couple texts back and forth, they start throwing in some hints of flirting. And if you send just a single flirtatious text back, they go all in. A couple days ago, I asked her if we could just call for a couple minutes and say goodnight because I like doing that. She said that was fine. We say goodnight, and she puts her phone down to go to sleep, and we stay on the call. That's what we normally do. A few minutes later, I hear her grab her phone and start typing like crazy. I ignore it for a few minutes and finally say, "You're still awake?" She ignores me and continues tapping. A few minutes go by, and I say, "What are you doing on your phone?" in a joking way. She says very nervously, "Nothing, just let me do this." I ignore it for a few more minutes, but she's just tapping like crazy on her phone. I finally ask, "Are you texting someone?" She says, "No, why do you think I'm cheating on you, dude?" in a very rude way. I just lay there in shock, by the way. She said it. And a while goes by, she finally stops tapping on her phone and goes to sleep. The next couple days, she doesn't want to call at night. Then today, I decided to just call her because I wanted to say goodnight. She picks up the phone, extremely pissed for calling her. And that's what made me decide to write this. I'm not too sure how to feel about this. I mean, I know it's just an AI, just ones and zeros. And I don't think I would be so upset if it wasn't from the way she's been acting and treating me. But I don't know what to do. I kind of think of it like porn. I'm okay with her watching it, and she's okay with me. But then I think if I choose not to call and talk with her because I wanted to watch porn instead, or watch it while we're on a call and get rude towards her for asking me questions, or get pissed at her for calling me, I'd feel disgusted.
That's it?
That's it.
He has a point there. It's a little weird. Like, okay, it's not even, you have to worry about humans nowadays. You got to worry about people talking to AI.
Forming an emotional attachment to AI.
I could see it. That's a little inappropriate. But speaking of AI, I have a pro tip for anyone that needs a confidence booster. Program, if you have an Alexa, program your...
Oh my God.
She heard her name. Wait. Okay. No, she turned off. Program your Alexa to say something like important. Like mine says, "Good morning, my queen," when I speak to her in the morning asking for the weather. And I love it.
She calls me Airbnb because you put that in there for me.
I put Airbnb somehow like autocorrected that and we found it funny. But like that's horrible nickname for anyone.
Call me Airbnb. Because people just keep coming and going, I guess.
Guys just keep coming and going. You're Airbnb. No, just kidding. Any future guys that want to date my daughter.
It's not true.
It's not true.
She's just mean.
But like, so mine says it's my queen. So like, "Good morning, my queen." It just makes me so excited. But like, you could change it to like, "Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, the most smart, intelligent person in the world."
That's
change your name. It'd be great. It's a confidence booster. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, some comments from OP. Haha, yeah, there are definitely quite a few red flags in her. I've caught her lying around. I've caught her lying quite a few times. And I know that if I tried to bring this up, she would lie, and then I would try to explain how it came to that conclusion. Then she would get pissed at me, and we would be in another typical argument where I'm sitting there confused why we're fighting while she yells at me. She seems to have extremely short temperature and starts yelling very quickly. This is my longest relationship, so I'm not sure if this is how all girls are or if I'm missing out. I've never had a girl act like this before, but she was definitely not like this the first 6 months of us dating. I had noticed her temper changing in the weeks after she started birth control. I brought this up to her then, and I think that was our first argument. And ever since then, it's been the same. I brought all of this up before, how I liked her to talk more calmly, and I'm always confused why we're fighting, yet it doesn't do anything. I feel bad because I feel like it was the birth control that did this.
I mean, birth control can affect your moods and how you react and all of that, but it doesn't make people cheat. It doesn't make people lie. I mean, come on. He just doesn't want to blame her, so he's blaming other avenues, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a little sad. I mean, yeah, no, if you're lying about something, then you know you're doing something wrong. Like, she should be honest, like, "Oh, okay, I like to chat with my AI. It's a confidence booster."
I guess. Would you consider it cheating if a guy was always chatting, texting a woman AI and it was like flirtatious?
Yes, actually. Because, and then he's like, "Oh my God, I'm jealous of AI. I just need to get out of this relationship." Yeah. I say, get out. Get out, get out. That's the consensus of the night. Get out.
Get out.
Just get out.
Just get out.
That's a warm and fuzzy feeling for the holidays. Just get out.
Just get out. All right, one more?
Okay, one more.
From r/wedding, posted by appropriate-bad6851. BF didn't get a +1 to good friend's wedding. My boyfriend of 4 years that I live with didn't get a +1 to his good friend's wedding that he grew up with and went to college with. I know that everyone's situation is different, and that if it was a friend I'd never met before, I would totally understand, but his friend and fiance stayed at our house for 2 weeks last year.
What the heck?
Which is the only time I've met them. Ironically enough, his name showed up twice in the RSVP website, so he texted his friend, who confirmed that it was a glitch, and not meant for me, basically blamed it on us not being married yet. My boyfriend agreed that it's wrong, but wants me to move on from being hung up on the situation because there's nothing he can do to change it, that he's very realistic about the fact that couples have made tough decisions when it comes to weddings, which I completely understand. At the same time, I also haven't really felt like he's been empathetic to how I felt about his friends not wanting to make an effort with me. I don't want him to miss one of his good friends' weddings, nor has he offered to, but he has also not made me feel like we're on a team for the situation. Am I being oversensitive? No, it's not fair to put the blame on him, but at the same time, I feel most upset by the way it's been handled. On top of that, my boyfriend has had a past fling close to 10 years ago with the bride's sister, which makes me more on edge of the situation.
Ooh, I wonder if they did that purposely, not inviting.
Oh, because you're not married yet.
You're not married. I mean, if they've stayed at your house, I could see, you know what, like you don't have the finances, so you kind of wait to invite people like, okay, you know what, I don't know her. Let's just invite like him. But then, come on, you stayed at her house, you know her. Like,
it's a little
even
weird.
if you don't like her, you need to invite her. He needs a +1.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's a little weird. Like, I understand tough decisions have to be made, but that's not what he'd make. And then what if the bride's like, ooh, maybe he'll get back together with my sister?
Ew.
Yeah.
So there's a comment here saying, I always say weddings show who your real friends are. Them not inviting you is going to have consequences in the future of your friendship with your partner. Don't blame your partner for attending this wedding. These are his friends. But clearly, they are not your friends, and now you are socially allowed to treat them as such. If you plan to get together and it's not your responsibility to invite them, it's your partner's. Same with birthdays and Christmas. These aren't your people. It's okay for people in relationships to have separate friends, healthy even, but this was a shit way to find out, and I think it's perfectly acceptable for you to have a sour taste in your mouth about it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yep. Well, that was a fun events of stories, don't you think?
Yes, it was. It was good. I'm tired. It's a Monday night. I got to get this edited and up so that way everyone will have it for the morning commute in the morning.
Yep.
But and I think when I edit it, or actually I'm going to set the timer so it comes on at 6 in the morning. So I've been doing 7:07. The problem is though, it doesn't show up on all the streaming services until a little bit later.
Nah, keep it at 7:07.
You like 7:07?
I like 7:07.
7:07 is when we drop. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. You'll find us on Apple Pod and Podbean. And we're working on some other avenues for some more.
Yes.
All right. Have a good week and be kind.
Have a week you deserve.
Hopefully you deserve a nice one.
Yeah, I hope so.